Hey up guys, welcome back to this channel. So this time I'm going to do what is a fairly simple job, and that's change battery of this watch that's just come in, and that's next. Anyone that follows this channel knows that I normally do just reaction videos, but I did mention in one of my videos recently that there are a few other things that I do. One of them is a little bit of watch fixing, watch servicing, you can call it horology, but it's not really to that depth, if you like, because that includes everything about watchmaking, and I don't make watches from scratch, I repair and service them. So anyway, I do it as a part of a repair shop that I own. So it's called Kent Repair Shop. Should anyone want to go and have a look at it, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram. It's mainly dealing with antiques and some repair jobs. I do about 10-15% of them are on there, including clocks. Some really nice clocks that I've worked with, restoring them. And sometimes I get watches in. So today I'm going to do a video about just something really simple. In some respect, you know, it was difficult for me at a time when I didn't know how to do it, and I used to give my watch to watch doctors every time it needed a battery changing. So I'm not gonna do anything other than that. Now this watch I've got in, it's got a few of these dials missing, not missing, sorry, misplaced. They should be here and here, but I'm not going to bother with that today. I will repair that for the client, but I'm not going to bother with that. All I'm going to do is just change the battery. So few tools. Right, so the first one is get the actual pin out. So there's some various ways you can get watches out. The first way is the usual way, which is to use this. Probably can't focus on it on this camera, but it allows you to, you can see a little bit of the head of it. It allows you to pinch in here, just take the links out, very easy. So you find the link in here, take it down, pull the watch out. Sometimes they can be a bit tough, especially these with these brackets on the side. So I use this, I prefer to use this. Now you can actually use this to push a pin out. So you find a pin that you want to attack. Firstly, I need to just apologise for this angle, it's a bit shit. That's because of just the way in which I set up my camera. It does get better, so please bear with it. I'm not going to skip this bit because it's kind of important you know how to use this tool. So you find the link that you want to take out. You kind of close this up, you push this into position, so the pin at the end of this tool is actually pushing out the link. Put a tiny bit of pressure on that and it should just pop out. There we go. So now you can just pull the link out pretty easily and try not to drop the watch. So now you've got that strap open, keep the pin very safe. That's the pin. Just hold it together. Let's use this so you can get it in perspective. See that? Anyway, not important. I might put a new pin on it. So I've got a set of pins here. I might change it depending on the condition of the pin. I know this watch, I've been told, is about 10 years old. Probably even longer than that, probably about 12 years old. It's about 12 years old. No, it's not old, but as in the pin's not been moved for a long time, and it hasn't been worn for 6 years. It's a long time. But anyway, so let's take the back off. Now you might see people using something, a fork like this, when you go to the watch doctor. It depends on the type of watch. These are usually back of automatics, but it just allows them to get into the back of the watch. Swivel it like that, and there's usually hooks at the back. Do is just flip the back off. So that we use a watch knife. Sorry, I don't even know if that's what it's called, but a knife. There's usually a little plate. I'll try and zoom in on this. If you look on the back of this, sorry, it's not very clear. There's no little, I mean, you can probably get under there and just pull it out, but you don't want to scratch the watch. Look on the other side. So, look, this little notch here. See this? I don't know if you can see that. So there's a little notch there that's going to allow me to get this knife under there, and I just lift it out. And I will do that. But before I do that, I want to put this down and do it carefully. Now you can. So we try to use the knife and get into the back of it, but I found that it's not really allowing me to go in enough and actually push it out. So I have to take a strap off, which is fine, completely normal. It happens probably in about 60% of watches, but it's always worth trying, because sometimes you can just pull this off without having to go through here. So what I've had to do is I've had to take this and just open these pins up here. You can just flick them out. Okay, I use a tool like this, don't know if you can see that, but it allows me to, there you go, it allows me to just go in there, pull off the pins, and just push them, and then just flick out. So I did that, and that enables us to open this, take this off. Next thing we need to do is we need to go down here, you need to find that little notch, and just flick this open. That was fairly easy, that one. It can be tricky, but anyway, managed to get in here. You can see straight where the kind of battery it is. You can see it's fairly very simple quartz system, and there's no gasket, which is a gasket sometimes put in here to allow you to seal tight the back and the front, so back and the front together. Also kind of protects this area as well. If you ever do see a gasket in some of these fashion or designer watches, just bear in mind that when you put the back on, you must make sure the gasket is in here, in the body of the watch, not in the back of the watch here, because what that can do is when you press it down, it can squeeze it, and if it squeezes it, they're usually just made out of nylon or sometimes rubber. If you squeeze it, you will damage it, and you'll have to get a new gasket, and sometimes it can be tricky getting the exact size. Anyway, so put the battery in, just dropped it back into place. I then just put the back onto the actual watch, pressed it in, and now all I need to do is just put this back together. So we did take 2 pins out. One of the pins I've pushed back into place. I will go into how I did that, because I use this tool, and I just kind of squeeze it back in. Okay, it's pretty easy. Now it's a case of putting this onto this, okay? Using the same pin, so get the same pin that I used last time. I'm not going to replace it, it does the job. Sometimes I do replace them, especially on older watches, but this one seems to be fine. And just make sure that's where it needs to be in that end. Push it back in. Naturally, I want to push out the other end. Once you squeeze the back of these 2 areas in, and you've got the pins in, then turn it around, and you get yourself a watch that's working. Always worth checking. And that seems to be ticking away. Now there are issues here with some of the actual dials. They need replacing, or most likely just putting back into place, which is fine. That's not a difficult job, but I'll do that in another video. Thank you for watching.